Welcome to the Put on Waivers Media Group, home of the Put on Raiders podcast and the Student Body Right podcast. This is your place for the best breakdowns and the best insight for those who fight on and bleed silver and black. Now, here are your hosts, Dwayne Douglas and Ryan Holmes.
And welcome, everybody, to the glorious episode of the Student Body Right USC podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Douglas. I'm with Coach B. We are podcasting off the rainy shores. It's raining where I'm at. Rainy shores of the Pacific Ocean, beautiful day out here in Southern California. PORSBR is my Twitter handle, and BLUEDVL21. No, 12 DVL21 is Coach B's. So let's just jump right into it. USC loses 26-21. Obviously this game was lost in the first half. It just was lost. It was 100% lost in the first half. When you get so many opportunities to score early, I mean, Mekhi Lemon is doing his thing on the kickoff return now. He's kind of solidified himself as that. Got the ball to the 40-yard line, and so USC loses 26-21. We know that. A lot of places where we could put blame, but there's a guy making $10 million a year. He's going to take most of the blame. And his decision to start Miller Moss is one that, like I said, at the very beginning, I was like, hey, let's go right on. And then Coach B kind of said, like, he kind of took a step back and was like, just the dynamic playmaking ability isn't there. And we see it every time. So if he wanted to play two quarterbacks, he could have. And I think that's the biggest problem with this whole thing. Jaden actually has more experience than him. If you want to you want to have him come on the field a couple of times to run the football a little bit, and you could also do the RPO game with some passing. You can do that. He chose not to do it. He continues not to do it. And then when you don't do that, you have to be almost perfect in your passing game and in your offense in order to become a winning football team.
Well, here's the thing, right? And you remember beginning of the season when Lincoln said, I'm not doing it because, the accuracy and consistency, right? He said about these are two things he said, being consistent and being accurate. Yeah. Miller Moss at this point is neither one of those.
Yeah.
At this point in his career, and we're 9 games in, he's neither one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So the question then becomes is, why are you being so stubborn to hold on to a guy that at least at bare minimum, Jaden gives us another dynamic with his legs? Miller Moss is not going to run the ball. He's not. Like, why are we keeping doing this in the offense where you need even Caleb? People, why are you comparing him to Caleb? I'm not comparing him to Caleb, right? What I'm saying is even Caleb understood that he needed to run the ball.
Yeah.
Caleb still had rushing yards.
Caleb had rushing yards. Baker Mayfield had rushing yards. Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts had rushing yards. So why are you sticking with a guy who is a pocket passer who can give you nothing but,
again, I can understand if you're holding a pocket passer that's accurate, hold on to a pocket passer that's consistent. He's none of those things.
Did you hear the announcer when I think Zacharias Branch sat down in his zone and he threw the ball way like 10 feet over his head, and he was like, whoa, he was wide open.
Yeah. Listen, the part that killed me, and I think I'll text you about it. Here's when he said, he was like, Lincoln Riley comes out at halftime and was like, yeah, we need to focus on the run. And the first play he comes out, he throws the ball. I'm like, oh my God, this is what we're doing, dog. Come on.
And the thing about it is, like, if you want to keep Miller Moss on the field, the running game is the way to keep him. Mm-hmm. I joked about them throwing 60 times in this game today. Even with the second half surge with the running game, they still didn't reach 30 rushes because they never will reach 30 rushes. And he threw the ball 50 times. You do not want your quarterback, even if it's Josh Allen, throwing the football 50 times in a game. So why do we continue to have these games where Miller Moss is throwing the ball 50 times in the game. Like he's not a. There's quarterbacks are not built for 50. I mean, and 50 passes in the game. Like they want to throw the ball between 30, the 30 and 35
30,
times.
37 times.
Yeah,
37 attempts.
yeah,
That's
that's
as much
it.
as you want.
That's it.
I had that thing about Justin Herbert with that. I have this thing about Miller, and Miller Moss is not a Justin Herbert style quarterback by no means, right?
Yeah.
Miller Moss is dropping back. They know where he's going to be. That nobody's biting on the RPO game. Nobody. The reason why I was so effective with Caleb is because you understood that Caleb would run.
He would run. Yeah.
You understood these guys would take off. And sometimes you would say, Caleb, you should have gave that instead of keeping that. Never once have you ever. Oh, it's so frustrating to sit here and be like, bro, another week where I'm sitting here like, if we have Jaden Maava, we probably win this game.
I'll say this. They're not 0 for the road. They're 0 for the road. They have not won a road game. And you know what? If they were playing, at Ole Miss, if they were playing at Georgia, if they're playing at some of these teams that were like big time teams that you could not at Oregon, like
Maryland, Minnesota,
oh God,
a downtrodden Washington team. Are we serious?
It's bad. It's bad. And listen, I don't count UCLA. So and UCLA has won 2 road games this year. They're not beating UCLA.
Listen,
they're not beating UCLA. I'll put it out there right now. They're not beating UCLA. They're not beating UCLA.
For the sake of my my pockets, and for the sake of my my I run the space, Gridiron Bullies. We run the yard on Saturday mornings. We watch the games. For the sake of that, I need us to just win that game. And like you said, while I don't call it a road game, we're not in the Coliseum, right? So it's like, and guess what? We're gonna need that to be bowl eligible.
I mean, I don't even want. I want to. This is this. I just crash and burn it. Like I don't even want to be in a bowl game. I'm sorry. I
can't listen.
I don't want to be
the bowl game.
Yeah.
And to say no, right? Because here's what's going to happen. You already know we're going to have 1,000 opt-outs. That's what to happen.
Nobody's playing in that game.
Nobody's playing a bowl game. And that's fine. What I want to see is the young guys. What I want to see is the young guys get reps. Right?
Do that now. Like, what's the difference?
But he can't because of it. He can't because, and listen, I'm with you. I just don't think he can because of recruiting. Sam Green, though, love that kid. Sam Green was a body spot today.
Tompkins?
Tompkins played well. I think Sam Green, Cam got in a couple times, got some good run, but Sam Green made some plays.
The question in the recruiting is, can they get the top end guys? You're gonna get good enough guys to come to USC and play and make them competitive. So
I'm worried about one guy.
Who?
The quarterback.
I'm not worried about Juju.
All of them. Because listen, here's the thing.
If he don't come, he don't come.
No, but we I get that, but we're looking at another 4-8 season next year if he don't come. Because guess what? I'm not saying Maava's bad. Our schedule's going to change. This schedule was set up for us to go 11-1.
Yep. No, it was.
If we have a different quarterback. At worst, we're at 10-2.
It's bad. Like I just don't I think that part of it, the stubbornness of, and like I said, if we ever get to a point where it's funny because people who cover, like, I mean, we're probably only ones who kind of see him playing as a freshman. Like a lot of people don't see him playing as a freshman.
How?
Like I don't know. I don't know I'm not sure what they're looking at when they look at Jaden and don't understand that. Jaden ain't. I'm sorry. Juju's not coming. I don't think if he's not playing, he's not coming if he's not playing as a freshman.
I can go to Indiana, who's undefeated, and play.
Yeah.
I can go to Colorado, who's going to be bowl eligible, probably vying for a playoff spot, and play immediately.
And play in a world where USC does nothing and the Buffaloes make the playoff. Oof. It's tough. That's tough.
Paul Feinbaum might have been right. Could have been wrong on this.
Uh,
Maybe we do fire Lincoln and call Prime and say, look,
yeah. I mean, he can. I mean,
look, hey, no, look. I know you have this thing about California kids. I understand all that because Prime does have this thing about he doesn't really want to recruit California kids. I get it. Bring Lincoln ain't recruiting California kids either. So what difference does it make?
So what? So what? What's his reasoning about not wanting to?
They're not dogs. In his mind, they're not dogs. That's what his reasoning. They're not dogs.
I mean, you can find a lot. I can find a lot of California kids who are dogs, but that's okay.
No. We understand that.
Yeah,
it was a shot, but
that's a little much.
It was that's his reasoning.
Yeah, let's go back to the game now. So, like, I mean, as far as like this whole, we're not gonna get it. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna just. He's stubborn. He's definitely not gonna. If he didn't do it by now, he's not gonna do it, and he's not gonna do it against the two rivals. So he's gonna live and die with Miller Moss, and he just. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get fired. I have no idea.
I don't.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like,
I know no. I'm be honest. He's going like a guy who knows he can't get fired. He's going that road. There's nothing you can do to me, so I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah, I just don't I don't. That's. I mean, like, I just. But even with Juju isn't really a runner per se, right? He is just a dynamic passer for the most part.
Well, the thing about Juju is he's willing to do what it takes to win.
Yeah.
So if because we're not asking Miller Moss to be dynamic in the run game. We're asking you to change the linebacker's eyes. We're asking you to move them schematically. We're asking you to open up the windows, right?
Yep. Behind RPO.
Schematically. Yeah. To give you the better throws. We're asking you to make the linebackers respect you in the run game. Meaning not that you're going to gash them for 10, 20, 30 yards, right? But what you're going to do is they have to know that you're willing to run. I was waiting on that quarterback, Williams. He was going to run if they didn't get that procedural penalty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
When they got the 12 man, they were setting us up for it all night.
Yeah.
Bringing him out. Yeah. I'm like, oh, shit, starting one, he's going to run. Because we were going to load up for Jonah. Yeah. And I've seen that kid since high school. My son went to high school with him.
He can run.
My son was the backup running back to him. He started varsity as a freshman in high school here in Stockton, California. He started at Lincoln as a freshman, and my son played backup to him. My son was a junior going into his senior year, and Jonah was a starter. I've seen that kid his whole high school career. The kid can play.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. The kid can play. All right? But we were finna gear up to stop Jonah. We were finna load the box, stop Jonah, because we were getting gashed on the outsides anytime they wanted it. They were finna pull it and let this kid go to the outside and probably score.
Yeah.
Like that's what's about to happen.
Dave buddy Dave just texted me. He knows we're recording, and he was just like, hey, he got 3 interceptions. One was on the Hail Mary, but no, I count them to 3 interceptions because they had a pick six that was dropped. So
yes,
the pick six. Don't forget the pick.
Yes,
don't forget the pick six. So he threw 2. Like they're up 21-20, bro. Like I don't know if the passing concept. I don't know what the thing is, but like like the ball in the late over the middle. Like it's gonna.
It's never gonna work out for you.
It's never gonna work out for you.
Oh, and remember, they dropped 8.
Can you drop
3 and drop 8?
Can you drop 8 with a quarterback who can move? That's harder to do.
No,
right?
You can't. You got to have somebody there. That is my frustration. You never seen anybody drop 8 against Caleb.
They tried.
You never seen it. Yeah. You didn't see people drop 8 against Baker. Like I know people gonna say, "Oh, you guys are comparing him to number 1 overall picks." No, I'm comparing the scheme. When you have somebody who's a willing runner.
Well, we can compare him to Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts was a 2nd-round quarterback. So,
but you have somebody who's a willing runner. All I need you to do is be a willing runner. I think he hasn't rushed more than 5 times this year. this year in 9 games.
So my biggest pet peeve, my biggest thing about the quarterback position, because I've been studying it for years, and just trying to learn more and more every year about it, is going lateral. It is kills you every time. You cannot just glide to a side. You have to either step up in the pocket or attack a side. So if you notice, whenever he gets pressured a little bit, he always just glides to the right and ends up being having to throw the ball out of bounds.
Right.
He does it all the time. It is the most annoying thing that he does. I hate when they actually even call pass plays like quarterback waggles where he runs out to the right side. You're shrinking the field. He's not a threat to run. So what are you doing that
Well,
for?
the problem in Lincoln's offense is there's no flood concepts, right? So if you had a flood concept in this offense, then him going to the right, it will be there because you have every level to attack, right? And what he can be good at is going to that second level throw. What Caleb was good at is going to that third level throw, right? But what Miller can be good at, if you do move him in the flood concept, is going to that second level throw. Right now, there is no flood concept. All you're doing is having him stay in the pocket, hit his back foot, ball should be out. It's not. The line was blocking. My problem with him was not the gliding to the right or right to the right. My problem is if the line is blocking and you're retreating.
Yes.
You're getting more depth.
Yes, he retreat. Yeah, yes, it's almost like when you play Madden, somebody drops back 25 yards. Like when he glides to the right, he's not only just gliding to the right and going parallel. He's dropping back and getting further and further. So any play, and he kills any play as possible on that. And a lot of times, if he just ran to the left, or just step
up, they're rushing 3.
Step up in the pocket. Step up in the pocket. Then the pocket integrity is still there. It's just that the guy on the right beat his man, but he's way away from you. But you're running into that. You're running into that pressure all the time.
The second and goal play, right? The second and goal play. They set back. He had all day to throw the ball, right? Run the ball. Just run the ball. Even if you get 2 yards, sir, run the ball.
He's not going to be willing to do that.
Then we can get Woody back because that play was dead. You're just trying to force something. That play was dead.
Yeah.
Deuce wasn't on the field a lot tonight. You had a lot of Jacoby and you had a lot of Kyron, right? But at the end of the day, like, run the ball. And that's the thing I think that's different from other quarterbacks I see around the country, right? They're going to do whatever it takes to win. Whatever it's going to take for me to win, they're going to do that.
Yep.
And I honestly feel like we're on this thing where we're looking at a guy who's trying to up his draft stock. Because me and you talked about it before, about like his attitude, right? The energy. Keep that same energy. I think we're looking at a guy, and we're looking at 2 people who's trying to get this kid drafted. Damn the team, because I don't know any other explanation.
Yeah.
Forget about the team. Let's get him drafted. Let's show his arm talent. Let's show his arm strength. Let's show all these things. Let's check some of these boxes off for scouts, right? And if we show this, then we can also win by doing it, throwing the ball 50 times a game. Mm-hmm. And we also can show this kid can throw the ball. Yeah. Problem is, forget about 3 picks. You had 2 picks that you definitely own. You probably had 2 more, because remember the little sidearm action he tried to do? They got tipped. Yeah. They got tipped and batted back to him. Yeah. That was a pick 2.
Yeah, that was bad.
That should have been a pick 2. You're staring at the face of the blitzer and you can't see, sir.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, it's we're talking about it, but I mean, it's like I said, he's really. I mean, he's not. Like I mean, I don't want to make it all about Miller Moss, because it's also about Lincoln Riley, because Lincoln Riley picked Miller Moss, and I guess you can say whatever you want about Will Howard. Like, I thought, I mean, Will Howard, your first instinct was to go to Will Howard. It probably was the right one, because he's a winning player. Like he's making winning plays for that team.
Yeah.
Like say what you want. I mean, like they were that one loss at Oregon by 1 point. There's no shame in that loss.
No.
There's no
Because if
shame.
we're on a neutral field, guess what? They punch Oregon in the face.
They might beat Oregon if they get another chance to do it. Then we'll see what happens.
Right.
As far as that goes, but like he was running the football. He runs the football well. He's a one read guy. So I understand that part. He's a one read guy. He's not going to be going checking left, but sometimes that's better.
That's what we need.
Somebody better. It's not there. I'm going to run. Like it's just simple as that. Like we don't need all this other all this other stuff that he does. I mean, and then my biggest thing about when I'm thinking about Miller too is that his body and emotions after every play, he threw a ball behind Zachariah that he was going out of bounds and the ball ended up being incomplete.
So, yeah, the ball was behind him and the ball ended up being incomplete.
Exactly.
That's on you.
Yeah. The ball's to the sideline. He can just catch it and go out of bounds.
Yeah.
And that ball's on him. And then he's like go making all these gestures. I'm like, dude, like that's like, what do you do? Like, dude, you really should have threw 5 picks in this game. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like why are you going through all these little and all these emotions, and then you had the pass they passed at the goal line where you had Jacoby in the back of the end zone. You also had Deuce in the back of the end zone. Can you just those dudes are tall as fuck. Can you just lob the ball to them instead of throwing it 100 miles an hour at the back of the end zone? Like throw a ball, lob the ball so they can jump over the person who's in front of them. 6'6". Throw the ball over there. That's what you need to do. Like, what are you doing? Throwing the ball 100 miles an hour.
It was like Jacoby with the ball on the sideline, right? Jacoby was behind the defense. Jacoby's on the sideline saying, "Just throw it to me. Just give me a chance."
Yeah.
No, Jacoby's mad because he
threw the ball out of bounds. Threw the ball out of bounds. Yeah, throw the ball.
You threw him out of bounds. Mm-hmm. Come on, man! Like we have to be better as a football team, and Lincoln Riley has to be better as an offensive play caller.
Jaden Maiava, if he does not play at USC, and he goes somewhere else next year, and then Juju is the quarterback for next year, Jaden Maiava better be the most inaccurate, horrible passing quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life for us to sit through this season. He better be that bad. He better be that bad.
Oh, and the sad part is he's not.
He's not that bad, dude. He's not that bad.
He's not.
Oh my god, dude!
He's not.
The force fans, the force fans to go, the force people to go through this, and like to me, it's like you changed quarterbacks before. So why is it such a big deal? You've done
that was my whole premise from the jump. You remember we talked about this before the season started. I said I think he's going to be in because he's just more dynamic in the offense. He's just more dynamic because you have to be able to move the linebackers with your legs. Miller Moss ain't that. Sorry, he's not.
I mean, like, and as the play caller, I was looking around, like, how could you, like, don't you get mad that you call a play, that shit is open, and this dude is like, and this dude screws it up so consistently? Like, I don't understand how 20 incompletions they had 20 incompletions today, like 20. And it's just, I don't understand what the fixation is on this player. I've never seen this before in my life.
Or this is the greatest one I have, right? I'm going to throw the ball to the receiver who's covered 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage instead of throwing it over his head out of bounds.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's the one that kills me. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, the incomplete. I mean, like and he also doesn't know how to. Yeah, you're very correct. He doesn't know how to throw the incompletion. Like, sometimes the play is dead, and you just throw it at somebody's feet, and then it's not quarterback. It's not
It's nothing. It's not intentional grounding. It's nothing. Just throw the ball over his head, and we're good to go. Play another down. We have a line of scrimmage.
Exactly, 100%. Just do that. Like, just do that. Why can't that be done? Like, I never understood why that can't be done. This is such a crime against humanity. He has to throw the ball to somebody, and sometimes it's how can you do that every game? He literally has done that in every road game. USC takes the lead in the fourth quarter, and
Every fourth quarter.
he throws the pick to get the other team back in the game.
Yeah.
Like this defense is not built to be on the field and try to but even with all that stuff being about the defense in these games has consistently from the first game of the year gotten a stop to give the offense the football with an opportunity to win the game. They've done it the entire season.
That's insane. Like you can't listen.
Every game.
You can't make this up. You can't. Like it's impossible. If you wrote a story and you wrote that with the offense having a chance to win the game.
With a coach who's like Mr. 40 points a game. Like when I saw the stat today that the average giving up 21 points a game, I was like, my God. Like who knew that the offense was going to be the problem the whole season? Like it's the offensive problem the whole season, and the thing about it is that they will not. They had one drive, but this is a game where Woody Marks and Joyner they really should have run the ball for about 220 today.
Yes, if you start
easily
from the first half, I think they go for 250. From the first half.
What do they have today? So what do they have today in this game? Let me just double check real quick.
If you do this from the first half, it's 250. I don't think there's any questions about it.
Where is this thing? He had 123 himself. Quentin Joyner had 6 carries for 38 yards. No. He had one play where I wish he was a little bit more patient because he would have.
So here's the thing.
He would have had a huge run on that one. But
so here's the thing. There's two things. Sometimes I wish Woody is more like Quentin, and I think sometimes I wish Quentin was more like Woody. Because there's plays where I'm like, Woody, if you just hit the hole and stop trying to be patient, you make something, right? Yeah. And then there's sometimes I'm like Quentin, if you just slow down, just give it a beat, right? Just give it a beat, give it 2 ticks, and we're good. And you get the home run speed, it's money.
Yeah, there was one. There's one where I think they ran like Woody 4 or 5 times in a row. They brought him in and they did the GT counter. If he just like slow plays just a little bit,
just a tick.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Oh yeah, it's just oh my God, it was just Denzel Boston didn't go crazy in this game. I mean, you'll take.
I think he had just a little bit of a buck. I think he might have.
He had 9 for 99. You'll take that. Yeah, you'll take that. He didn't kill you
because he didn't get nothing in the fourth. He didn't get nothing in the fourth.
Yeah, he would kill you. How do you go for and my biggest thing too is when you have you coached. I did not coach. But I know offensive people. I know offensive play callers, high school football, and I know I know a couple other ones too. I'm not trying to name drop shit, but when they have a special section on the play sheet for sudden change. Mm-hmm. So when you get that kickoff, that same thing is just an interception or a sudden change. Because you didn't plan on having the ball at the 40. You can never plan to have the ball at the 45-yard line on a kickoff. But when you get it, I gotta see something. I gotta see something.
You gotta get a shot. You punch them in the face.
Give me on their heels. Give me something to Zachariah. Give me something to Woody. Give me something to Lemon. I can't see a pass in the flat to Lake McCree.
I'm so tired of that play. And then he blames it. See, this is the problem, Lincoln, right? This is the problem with offense, guys. You ran that play that got Lake hurt. That's the play. And then they shouldn't tackle like that. No, you stop running that stupid ass play because it's never worked.
I don't want
it's never worked. Tell me a time when this season when you see that play work. No matter who the tight end is.
And then when I watched the All 22, the kid, what's this kid? Well, Lyons is a willing blocker who can block. Who down the road is going to be one of our integral tight ends in this offense? Give him the burn. Just stop, dude. What are you What's gonna happen if you stop playing? If you cut in half, cut licking leg McCree's stuff in half? Well, what's
He
gonna
has a
happen?
knee injury. Everybody will understand. You're preserving him. We need
Come
him.
on, dude. Just come
Okay.
on, dude. Come on.
Here's the other problem I have, right? Here's the other problem I have. On 4th down and goal, when it was 21-26.
Blitz is coming.
Well, no. That's not the problem. You were in the same exact play every time you got to the goal line when you needed a touchdown. The same exact play. The very play you motion leg back in to block. You're in like an off pistol formation, and you just run dive. Every time. You press the hole and he might bounce out, but every time, go back and look at the play. Every time we needed a run, as a defensive coordinator, once I see that, and I'm feeling you're going to that, because the formation was the same. Formationally, he just motioned it back in, but we're shrinking the box. It's probably the 4th time as a coordinator I've seen that.
Yeah.
The 4th time. I'm bringing somebody in. We're gonna blitz that. We're gonna blitz the gap. We're gonna shrink this 8 in the box, 9 in the box. You're not throwing the ball. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that, and guess what Lincoln did? He just motioned back in and ran the ball. Now I can say we missed the block because you got the block inside out, right? You block it inside out on O-line, so you got your guard has to see, hey, I got a guy in the gap. I can't move to go double and leave the one guy.
Exactly.
Right? I get that, no doubt, but it's still a dead play.
Yeah.
Even if you block it up, it's dead because you got a hat on a hat on a hat, and there's no holes open.
There is no advantage.
The running back.
There is no advantage on the offensive. There's no leverage advantage. Yeah.
There's none.
Yeah.
So I'm as a defender, I see that now everybody's swarming from the outside because the only place you can go is to bounce it.
Yeah. I mean, even before that play on 2nd down, I'm just saying to myself, hey, it'd be nice to have Woody Woody with a quarterback running toward the edge of the defense. Either one of them, if it's either one of those guys could either score, it could be a pitch or whatever, however you want to do it. You could do RPO, you can do like a little pitch play, whatever you want, but not having a people think we're just beating a dead horse with the running quarterback thing, but like in college football, it's just hard to not like. I mean, I just watched the game with Houston and before USC, Houston and Kansas State.
Yes.
And they brought in a running quarterback, and he changed the game, and they ended up winning the game. And like, yeah, I'm not. And then the thing about it is like, we're not, when we say running quarterback, emphasis on quarterback, because it's not like we're still mired in the rookie year of Miller Moss. Like, we're in the rookie season of a quarterback,
right?
Like, I mean, where you have a quarterback who's on the bench who is more experienced. Like, he's just flat out more.
He's seen more snaps. He's seen more snaps. And here's the thing, though. On 2nd down, can somebody explain why we're throwing the ball?
I don't know, dude.
We got there with the run game. We're moving the ball. They're on their heels. You mean to tell me this genius that we have doesn't have 4 creative run plays?
I would say this too as well, and I'll say this all the time, and it just is like one of the most powerful things that he could do in his offense, which he will never do, would be have a set of plays where the quarterback is under center.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that one.
I mean, it is the funniest thing in the world, because any quarterback he gets is gonna go to the league, and they're gonna spend time under center. So, to me, it would just make all the sense in the world to just have it. If you have him under center, like, it makes it very difficult It makes it so difficult. You could do a quarterback sneak. You could do a halfback dive. You could do, you could do like a little zone, a little zone play, a little zone blocking scheme there, like San Fran, stuff like that. Like you can do some stuff with the ball underneath, I mean, especially when you're so close, it puts so much pressure on the defense. It's crazy, but I mean that's just what I mean. They to have not to never have that. How about a direct snap to Woody? We saw that play too, right? That's a play that I like as well. In that situation, they ran that, I think, in Minnesota. They ran
on fourth down. I would have rather you ran that because at least he can see anything coming.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And then, like, to me, if you're gonna throw, I mean, like, my thing about throwing the football, in some of these moments here is I want to make sure I can get the pass off.
Right.
Game flow.
Right.
Page is good. He's been good he's been
been
solid
good.
all day. He's been good all day. You're having trouble on this side.
Right.
That side, that's not going to beat me. So I'm here. I'm hoping I'm putting somebody in there. I'm keeping somebody back to make sure he does not destroy this play.
Yep.
Whoever is over whatever his name is,
Mason Murphy.
Mason Murphy. Like I'm not. Whoever's over him is not going to destroy. It's not going to destroy this play
Right.
for me. Let a DB make a great play. Whatever I can deal with it. But like he's not destroying the play because I have to at least get the pass off. I can't take a sack to end the game.
Which is why you leave the tight end and help him chip on Mason Murphy. At least that's why I said we can't get a first down. We had a little less than 30 seconds left. I think it was like 27 seconds left or 26. If we get the first down, clock stops. So at least we can spike it. We got 3 downs to go to the end zone, right? Mm-hmm. Every shot we took in that last drive was to the end zone. Why? If you leave the tight end in, have him chip, at least to help Mason out.
Yes.
Right? Then he releases, get you a first down, clock stops, get up to the ball, we spike it, we move forward. Even if you don't want to spike it, we can take a shot.
I would say this too is I'd have to look back at some other games, but the timeout in that cup is pretty gross, by the way. That's That's gross. It's gross. But like the official timeout, I would have been heated.
That was a weird timing.
I'm like, yo, I'm running the football down their throat. They're gasping for air. Mm-hmm. They cannot stop my run, and you hold an official time. Why was there an official timeout at that moment?
Yeah, that was a weird. I want to see the time. I want to see the time because I don't remember how much time was on the clock. Yeah. I know they have certain times.
They have to do it. I guess they have to do it.
I don't remember what the time was on the clock.
That was weird. That was really weird to me. I was like,
"What?" I thought we were less than 5 though. I thought we were less than 5 minutes, and normally they do it at the 5-minute mark more than they do. I have to look at the time.
Yeah, that was gross because once that happened, I was like, "Are you serious, dude?" Like that was like, I mean, like you're giving them a time, you're giving that team a timeout,
right?
You're giving the whole team a timeout, and they ended on the. I was actually surprised they called Zachariah Branch's play not a fumble. I thought for sure they called that fumble. I thought for sure because it's no way I thought they were going to say it moved to the left a little bit. It's a fumble, so no.
It was moving before his butt hit the ground, but his knee had already hit the ground. But okay, whatever. Like I was waiting for it. I was literally waiting for it. Like they're gonna call it. They're gonna hose us. I get it.
And then like on that first down, on that first drive, like I mean, bro, on the road, okay, Lincoln, some advice, bro. On the road, kicking 50-yard field goals. That aren't game winners, where you're in a situation where you have to kick it when it's a 4th and 4, bro, and you have all these dynamic weapons,
and they're playing man, giving us crossers.
You can't do that, dude. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. You cannot be kicking these like you're giving away a possession. Dude. He's not making that fucking kick
at all.
He's not making it. Like he's not. And you can sit there and say, like, to me. after I would have not have gone for the four downs. I would have after they stopped me on the third down. I would have kicked the field goal. I'm comfortable. I mean, just for me. Like, I mean, I know other
Are you
people.
talking about when it was 21-26?
Yeah, 21. I would get the field goal. The only reason why is because they're not dynamically moving the football down the field. They got 6 points off a pick six. They're really only going to score 20 points in the game. That's manageable. I trust my defense to give me the ball back because they're giving me the ball back all year in that situation. So that's what I would have done. But like, fine, you want to go for it. I don't have a problem with it, but you have to come up with something else, man. You gotta come with something else.
The only reason why I didn't question going for it is because we struggled stopping the run. We struggled with Jonah. When Jonah was in the game, we struggled with them and him just bouncing out, pressing.
His change, like we had him in the backfield, but his change of direction was a
so we struggled with that. I mean, we had him at third. We had him at second and like 9, and we ended up at 3rd and 1 before a penalty. So before they threw that little screenplay that they tried to throw, it was just dumb. I went back with Jonah and said they can't stop me, so I'm gonna keep running it. But yeah, I would have. I didn't mind that because we struggled with that. We struggled with the run game tonight. Our corners were not keeping contained. Jalen Smith, the one that.
But even with that being said, is still like 4.5 isn't terrible. Like I thought
they were hitting us in the right spots.
Yeah,
I think they were ready. I think they were hitting us in the right spots. So when it was important, they would get us right, and when it was important. And again, it's because our DBs were like one on one. Jalen Smith was having contained. He jumps to the inside. Jonah has a free walk to the end zone.
Yeah,
right. Like that, you can't do that. You got to do your job, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold contain. There's no reason for the corner to be jumping all the way across into the C gap. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Hold your job, hold your contain, because if you're out there, you can make a play on the ball.
Yeah. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. It's just absolutely 4 and 5. So is it a bye week or are we going to go right to Nebraska now?
We go right to Nebraska.
Oh my God. Homecoming. Yay, homecoming.
I'll be there. I'll be in the building for that. We gotta see if Dylan's gonna play. Dylan Raiola went out tonight. That's kind of the reason why they lost to UCLA.
He got hurt. He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt in the game. He got hurt in the game. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know that's the reason why they lost, because he was.
I mean, they were down 27-14.
Yeah, I mean,
when he was playing too. So
but I mean, then you try to come back and you throw a couple picks in the game. Couple lucky one dropped their way, but I mean, they're not going to lay down for us, obviously, and we tend to not care.
What's the hold on? What's the I gotta see what the standings are real quick. The Big Ten standings. Hold on.
I think we're second to last.
Yeah, baby. I
think we're second. I think I looked at that earlier now.
Big Ten standings. Big Ten football standings. Currently, right now. Oh man! Oh, so we can't. So one thing we can't be last place. Okay. Because Purdue is 0-5.
Oh well, we can't be last.
Yeah, so we can't be last. Well, we can be. Let's see here. We could be. We lost to Maryland, so because Maryland has a tiebreaker, so we'll see. On our way. But the best. Terrible. But again, this is another year where the best they can do is 7-5.
It's terrible.
And they're not going. They're probably going to end up being 6-6.
And the sad part is before the season we were doing, because we always do this in Gridiron. We go through the schedules, and one of my friends, my guy T Smith, got to give him credit. He was like, "Bro, y'all winning 6 games." And he's trolling and this that. He said, "No, you're winning 6 games." He said, "You guys are not very good." And but only the solace is that every game the only game he picked us to lose that we actually have lost is this one. This is the only game he said, because y'all going to Washington. This is the only game that he's picked that we actually lost, that we were going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting pick, because it's like you're picking them to be 6-6, but this is not the vision of what they thought it was going to look like.
No,
they thought it was going to be like we're just going to get run over. It's going to be like they're going to lose these games like 27-13. They can't handle the pressure of the conference. But there's not. They didn't think that we're going to have in every single game of the year they were going to have a lead going in the fourth quarter. Like that, I mean, that's crazy, and which is absolutely crazy.
This right here, what we're dealing with right now, is insane, bro. I've never seen a team. I won't say I've never seen a team. This is such a disappointment because we have so much talent. Because we have so much talent on this football team. It's so disappointing.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know. Lincoln. The last part of it is like this that they're not doing the Jimbo Fisher, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, they just paid so much money to this staff, this defensive staff, who was doing their hold up their end of the bargain, 100%.
Yeah.
So I mean, they are. I mean, and I couldn't imagine what this defense would look like if they actually had like
without them.
No, I mean, no. I'm saying what the defense would look like if they actually had a really good. I mean, like, I don't want to insult the players we have right now, but I'm saying like their type of players. Like, you know, if Coach Henry had his kind of defensive linemen, if Entz had his kind of linebackers, if Belk had his kind of DBs, like they probably have one guy per level right now that they're really in love with.
Yeah.
But like but when you have the defense rolling, you have like 2 or 3 guys.
So you put it like this: can you imagine if Kalen would have stayed? If Kalen Bullock stays? Defense is because it changes everything.
I mean, shoot. I was talking with somebody the other day. I was like, "What if Solomon Byrd had stayed?" Jesus,
right?
Like, I mean, it just was. I mean, like, you know, if they had one more year out of him, like, would have been amazing if they could have had that. Just one guy from last year's team, but it is what it is, man. This team is just not. I mean, they're just, you know, it's a losing record, and it's in them struggling in this conference. It's not what we thought how they would struggle, though.
No, not at all.
Because they literally are beating these teams for the majority of the game, and then the quarterback play is I mean, I hate to. You know, he probably. I mean, listen, I don't really care. We don't really care. Like I said, we're a few brothers who actually cover USC. You know, I'm gonna, you know, so I mean, we gotta tell like it is. The alumni, like Lendell White and everybody else, is telling like it is. Stuart Cravens is telling like it is.
Matt is online going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's horrible. It's really. I mean, if we had like a regular head coach. Like you know, it wouldn't be a big deal. But when you have a guy who's supposed to be a big time head coach, then yeah.
If we had Clay Helton, it wouldn't be a big deal.
It wouldn't be a big deal because we would expect it.
Yeah.
But when you have a guy like him, he's supposed to be, and like people say, oh, get him a play caller. It's like, dude, like he's not good in making decisions, like as far as game management and stuff like that goes. So what is he actually going to do? if you have somebody else calling plays?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Call Joe. Listen, if I'm Lincoln Riley, call Joe Brady. Bring Joe Brady back. Bring Joe Brady to Southern Cal. What do we have to do?
I mean,
you're just being OC in the league.
He's OC in the league, though.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You listen. Your names I need head coaching deals. Bring Joe Brady. Hell. You should have kept Cliff at this point. You should have gave Cliff the reins. At this point, you run the same damn offense. Cliff just runs it a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do something better because this is brutal, man. This is brutal. I mean, like I just don't. Like I said again, the mystery of Moss is just amazing to me. It's just a mystery. I don't understand. I don't understand. Don't get it. Don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. It's just weird. It's really weird. All right, somebody right, USC podcast. Coach B.
Yeah.
And Dwayne, we're just doing our thing, and we're just hopefully one day USC will do their thing and start winning some games. Nebraska's next. We'll see what happens with the Riola injury, and we'll be back to preview that game as well. All right, Coach. Have a good night.
All right, sir. Fight on.
Peace. Fight on.